nobody knows yet other than the ambassadors, but this fall we're releasing some resources around the fourth quarter of people's lives.
Mm.
And, um, the book is called No Regrets. And then there's a sort of a workbook, which is sort of like the ultimate guide to the fourth quarter of life. We've done a number of sessions with the ambassadors around this topic of fourth quarter. Have you been surprised at their response? Or what are your reflections on their response?
So the first time we talked about this, the No Regrets program, the previous month, Alan and I had done one. And we did it on Alan's upcoming Bible study on Genesis. And it was the first time people I didn't know who were ambassadors emailed me
Mm,
and said, I'm so excited. Thank you for that conversation. It was really enriching. I never thought about Genesis in the way you and Alan are approaching it. Can't wait for it. Thought, wow, that was really cool. And then the first conversation on No Regrets happened, and it was like a storm. The number of people who were reaching out and saying, I'm not in the fourth quarter of my life, but I'm in the second quarter of my life, but I really needed to hear that. I hadn't thought about life in that way. And then the people who are heading into their fourth quarter who say things like, there is literally nothing out there helping me to approach the fourth quarter in a way that I can flourish. I remember we were doing some work with parishes around dreaming, and I was at an event where we were trying to help a parish um, imagine a bigger and better and brighter future for their parish by imagining a bigger, better, and brighter future for themselves. And there were people who were in the fourth quarter of their life who would come to me and say, that bigger, better, brighter future is for first, second, and third quarter people, not fourth quarter people. And just this act of giving people in the fourth quarter permission to dream about their fourth quarter was astounding. But we've only touched the surface. For people who will actually get to read this thing and experience it, it's one of the best things we will be releasing in the last couple of years. It
yeah,
is very powerful.
yeah. I think one of the things I notice for people who are in the fourth quarter, approaching the fourth quarter, um, in the Dream Manager, I wrote about building a bigger and better future. And one of the things I realized myself in the last few years, um, and has definitely been solidified by working on this fourth quarter program, is that sometimes a better future is a smaller future.
Mm,
And in our culture, we have difficulty with that. We have difficulty believing that a better future could be a smaller future, or that a bigger future could mean less things,
hmm.
or doing less, or focusing on fewer relationships. And so our ability to contract in really meaningful, intentional ways, I think is a big piece of it. And I'm excited to have people experience that.